Good afternoon, good evening, everyone, from wherever you're watching from. So in today's video, I'm going to be explaining key level. And the more reason why I want to talk about this key level is as a result of this new strategy that's in town now, which we all know as the alchemist. So key level. What is key level? Key level is a key level is what I call a psychological level. A key level is what I myself call a psychological level. A key level is basically an area where price is sort of reacting from. And let's say price is breaking and retesting and breaking and retest. That zone, that area is what I call a psychological level. Now, the reason why I'm explaining this is as a result of those guys that trade the alchemist. I'm not going to down talk on any strategy. Every strategy works. As long as you know the principles that govern your strategy, I believe every strategy works. And I've explained that to my students last week. If you know the principle that govern your strategy, wherever you trade, if it's moving average, if it's SMC, if it's at the alchemist, if it's price action and the rest, everything, if you know the reason why it works and why it works, you see that everything are intertwined together. Every strategy are intertwined together. Is the same thing. Okay, let me give an example now. Let me give an example of type 1 on psychological level. Let's say price do something like this. Let's say price something like this. Now on psychological level now, I'm going to be treating just one, which is the price action part. And then the rest I'll keep it to my students. Right? So let's say price is something like this. Now I can mark out this area now and say this area is a key level. I'm not really good at drawing, so please bear with me. So, and now I can mark out this area now and say this area is a key level because why? The markets sold from here, right? Sold from here, then it break it. After breaking, it came back and retest, and then bought from here. So this line is what I call a psychological level, and also this line here is also a psych level. So this is type 1, the psychological level. And like I said, I'll be treating only the price action part, just one, then I'll keep the rest to myself. So this line here now, I will say this line here is a psych level, and also this line is a psych level because what the market bought from here, sold from here, sold from here, sold from here, then break. That breaking come back to retest and then buy from here, right? So I'll say this line now is a psychological level. So this is type 1. So type 2 is something like this. I'm not really good at drawing, please bear with me. So let's say market do something like this. So let's say the market do something like this. So this area now, I would say this area is a psychological level. Why? Because The market bought from here, it bought from here, it bought from here, then break, come back here, and then sold from there. So that area I will call, this area now is what I call my psychological level, which is the key level. So that area, this area now is what I call my psych level. Now we can now say that, okay, we have a trend line psych level, which is this trend line, and then I can also say this also is a psych level, because what, the market sold from here. So with this trend line, I'm expecting price to come back here and then sell from here. So as a result of trend line, this trend line, I can say this is a psych level, and I can also draw this one now as a support and resistance now and say this also is a psych level. Now, is this psychological level now? Is this selling now? Because is this setup now selling because of that psychological level? No. The reason why it is selling is a result of we already seen structure. Why is it selling? Is because, okay, we've already seen structure. The reason why this guy is selling is this whole action here now is telling us that it is sell structure, because you can see that the market was trending to the upside and then it broke from here. This becomes MSS, and then this becomes the break of structure, right? So those people know that trade the alchemists now, they don't really understand the principles that govern their strategy. They are just trading anyhow zone, anyhow line, because it's a line where price is respecting. So they just want to trade off that zone. But the reason why the strategy work itself is as a result of this bad guy here called structure. Your structure is fat. Your structure now is the main guy, is fat. Now, confirmation in I want you to know something, that confirmation in trading is a result of looking for extra confluence. And confluence is not fat. Confluence is a result of what you can see on charts. Now, the people that originate this Malaysian SNR or the alchemist, or what do you call it, is a result of extra confluence now. So with that being said, with that structure, which is the bad guy, your strategy is noise. What you are doing is noise. Structure and supply and demand, those are the two things that move the market. Those are the two things that move the market: structure and then supply and demand. Because the reason why I say this now, okay, let me give another example. Example. Then after we'll explain some things on charts. Okay. Let's say market do this. Sorry. Let's say the market do something like this. Let's say market do this. Now I can draw this line now, like this now, and say this is my psychological level. I can draw this line and say this is my psychological level. Okay, this is a sweep of early buyers. So now I can draw this level now and say this is my psychological level, right? Because the market reacts from, it bought from here. Without a message, we need a slip, bought from here, then it sold from here, it sold from here. Now I can also extend this line here now, and say, okay, the market is likely to come back here, right? And then sell from here, like this. Why? Because I can see structure, which is the bad guy. I can see that this is the MSS that price created. This is sales side structure. This is a structure. Right? I can see that this is the MSS that price created. After creating that MSS, give us this inducement here. Although this is not how I define my own inducement, like I always say, my approach to inducement is kind of a bit different. So I can say that this is a psychological level because the market bought from me, sold from me, sold from me. So market is likely to come back here now and sell from me as a result of understanding structure. That understanding that this structure alone is on a downtrend now. So using this now is now like as an extra confluence. It is not a strategy on its own now. It's now using that as an extra confluence now. So when you understand structure, you you know what you are doing. Like you know that okay, you're on the right track. You're not just trading blindly from just any psychological level now, right? But for some people now that trade the alchemists now, let's say they see something like this. You see price do this. Now, this diagram that I draw now, we can see that price was trending to the upside and then it broke. It break this guy here, making it an MSS, breaking structure again to the downside. We can see that this area now, this diagram here now, is a self-stride structure. But for some reason, those people that trade their chemists now, they will say, okay, this guy is a psychological level, and then you want to buy from here. You want to do something like this. You want to buy from here. How? After seeing this guy here as a set structure, you already know that okay, price is on a downtrend. Price was once trending before, it was once trending. It was breaking structure to the upside, then it shifts structure. This was a break of structure, right? This is another break of structure to the upside, and the market shift structure. This was a shift, and then for some reason now, those people that trade the alchemists now, they will say, okay, this level is a psychological level now. They want to, or is a key level. They'll say this is a key level. They want to buy up from this one after seeing self-size structure. Do you understand? Now I want this to sink into your head again. I want you to understand something. These all lines that you are drawing is as a result of what these people originate. These people originate this thing as an extra confluence. They did not originate this thing as a strategy on its own. They originate it because it gives them an extra confidence and say, okay, we are ready to invest our money in these levels, in this psychological, in this on these key levels. After understanding structure, which is the bad guy, and supply and demand, because those are the two things that move the market. So if you understand the principle that governs your strategy and why it works and how it works, you know that both supply and demand, both price action, moving average, SMC, ICC, everything are all intertwined together. Everything are the same thing. If you approach it in a logical aspect, you see that everything are intertwined together. That's why most time if I trade, I always choose logic over pattern. Because when you understand the logic and the principle that governs your strategy, believe me, it becomes more easier. It gets better. So now let me use an example on chart. Let me use an example on chart. My chart now is now rough. I don't like all this. So let me use an example on chart. Okay, I was trying to sell from this region. Yeah. And I think during NFP, I don't know that there was news that day. I think it's not NFP, I think CPI. Okay, this market was trending before and then it shift structure around this size here. Right. This was MSS price created. Then this marked out as my liquidity. Then I was aiming to sell from this other block here. And I just saw that price gave this reaction and then sell from then it just broke that level. And I was like, what happened? Then I checked and I see that there was news. So then I entered this trade for a sell, targeting this low. Now the reason why I entered this trade now, the reason why I entered this sell trade here during I think the CPI was as a result of a psychological level. Now coming to the far hours time frame now, I say psychological level is based on is in two form. The one I explained is the price action one. So this one now, I caught this sell now during the CPI, I think, was a cycle level. Now this like cycle level now, those big bands now, those hedge funds, they are most likely to put their stop loss sometimes at a whole number. Any area that has this whole number, those big banks and those hedge funds are likely to have interest in those areas to place their orders and all. So if you watch this area now, if you watch this area, you see this is 1.14990. This is a psychological level. So I know that price is likely to reverse from here. And those people that trade alchemists now, when they use line chart, they'll say this is a QM. So they want to take a trade from here. They're just trading blindly because they don't even know why it works and why it works like that. But me knowing that, okay, this area now is a psychological level because it's an old number, that was why I enter for a and sell on that on this trade there. And I posted on my TikTok also, it's there, so I can check it out. So that was how I called this sell, and then called this sell also. And then now this buyer as I caught here now. This buyer as I caught here. I know that okay, Eagle USD has been trending to the upside for a while, right? Now, where am I buying from? I cannot just buy off from any hour zone, but from what I can observe here, I see how price reacted from this level here. See how price reacted from this level, right? It bought from there. So now say this is my sweep of early sellers. Now this is my sweep. Sweep of early buyers, right? Then this a minor break of structure, right? Giving me this guy here as my liquidity, and then this mitigation block. So now using Malaysian SNR now as an extra confluence, I can say okay, the market sold from here, right? Sold from here. Market sold from here, sold from here, right? And I can also see that the market bought from here, bought from here. It bought from here, bought from here. So the market is likely to buy from here. So this area, this key level now is what I call my psychological level. Now you knowing that okay, we're still structure here for a buy side. That's when you cannot add this Malaysian SNR now as an extra confluence because what the market sold from here, right? It bought from here, so the market is likely to come back here and buy from here. Why? Because it's a key level. But understanding structure, which is the main guy, you cannot add this as an extra confluence that okay, this setup is more likely to hold because now you've already seen structure there and then you're adding your extra confluence. You getting me now? I understanding. So that is that's about the key level. So I want to have this at the back of your mind that the Malaysian SNR itself is not a strategy on its own. It is a confluence. Let me ring it as a bell again in your ear. It is a confluence. It's not a strategy. Those areas that you are plotting as a graph, those lines you are drawing, those is basically support and resistance. It's a key level, and a key level is what I call psychological level. Now those areas now, is a result of what these people originate as an extra confluence. And like I said, confirmation in trading, note this down, is as a result of looking for extra confluence. And confluence is not fact. Confluence is a result of what you see on chart, what you can observe. So with that being said, without structure or supply and demand, your whole Malaysian SNR is just bala blue, wule blah. Do you understand? It's just noise. So please stop complicating your trading and make it easy. Make it simple as possible. John along. So that's all for today. As just want to give an insight, just about this whole thing. Like I said, I do not than talk on any strategy. Once you understand the principles that govern it, you will see that everything are intertwined together. Everything I draw here now, I can also apply it to supply and demand. I can also apply it to break and retest. I can also apply it to moving average. But I'll not talk about that on this video. I'll just talk about these few ones here. So I hope this video helps you and in your trading. And thanks for watching. I've heard you guys call it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one again. Bye for now. Please do wait to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Join to along. I do have it's not 10 sub. Please do wait to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you once again for watching. Bye.